Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to cut to the chase. It's time to do a mini review for Legendary Hector. Legendary Hector is an axe armor with 174 BST. He's a legendary hero with the fire affinity, and his blessing effect increases HP and attack. Hector has a super boon in attack and a super bane in res. Between his personal skill, personal weapon, legendary status, and distant counter, it's safe to say that Legendary Hector is designed to score well and to be exciting fodder. He does raise the score ceiling on Fire Week as well, and you should expect to encounter him often in high-tier arena gameplay. As a unit, Hector is fantastic. Valentine's Hector has more defense, more HP, and less speed, but Legendary Hector has higher attack, res, and can reach the 175 score bin. Legendary Hector's personal weapon is the Thunder Armads, a 16 might axe with defense +3. As long as there are more allies than enemies within 2 spaces, Hector cannot be doubled. This effect acts like Wary Fighter or Myr's Great Flame. Skills which grant guaranteed follow-ups, like Axe Breaker or Bold Fighter, do nullify it and reduce combat to a speed check. Speed is good on Legendary Hector for this reason. If he's fast enough to avoid doubles, or if he stacks Thunder Armads with Wary Fighter, he can prevent Bold Fighter from working against him. To me, that makes the Thunder Armads an interesting weapon with some cool non-linear applications. Hector's A skill is Distant Counter, and his B skill is Vengeful Fighter. Hector's C skill is Ostia's Pulse. Ostia's Pulse is basically Infantry Pulse with a Tactics activation condition. Like any other tactic skill, it only works if you have 2 units of a given movement type or less. If you do meet the condition, then at the beginning of turn 1 on every map, Hector will reduce the cooldown of those allies by 1. This opens up a lot of doors in team building. Cavalry, armor, and flying allies now have access to special precharge. Combine that with Hector's high score contribution and you can see precharge-based defense teams much higher in the T20 metagame. There are way too many interactions and possible teams that you can build around Ostia's Pulse for me to ever cover, but I'll run through a few notable ones. First, you can pair Hector with Zelgius Exactly. This reduces the cooldown of Black Luna by 1 and allows Zelgius to retaliate with Black Luna if he has steady breath. Although Zelgius can do that already, using Hector means you don't need to use Quicken Pulse and can use a different seal. Second, you can use Hector as a defensive support in a mixed team. Such a team can leverage the special cooldown bonus, grant each other tactics buffs, and have very diverse coverage. Basically, Hector is a phenomenal support unit, and he doesn't give up much in the way of combat power to fill that role. Finally, you can use Hector as a special battery for dedicated precharge teams. By combining Hector with characters like Leaf, Carla, Ishtar, and more, you can craft lethal one-shot wonders with precharged AoE specials. Such teams are not optimal for score, but they're very hard to beat in terms of killing power. With that said, let's talk about how to build Legendary Hector. As I see it, there are 2 philosophies for building Legendary Hector. The first is to dump his speed and go all in on making him an enemy phase powerhouse. This set, for example, combines Thunder Armads with Wary Fighter to nullify both natural and guaranteed follow-up attacks. It might look a little weird, but it really does work. Bold Fighter is cancelled out by Thunder Armads, and then Wary Fighter cancels the speed check. Legendary Hector cannot use Quick Riposte with Wary Fighter like Vanilla Hector can, but in this configuration he's still functionally immune to auto doubles. When compared to other options, the Wary Fighter build isn't big on damage, but it's basically unkillable. This build, by contrast, is what Hector comes with. It's a classic Vengeful Fighter based enemy phase armor build, and guess what? There's literally nothing wrong with it. The only things I've added are the close defense seal, an assist, and a special. In my opinion, Legendary Hector has the best base kit of any unit ever released. It works well, and it scales into high-scoring arena brackets. So let's change gears and look at something a little more experimental. This build focuses on the value of speed combined with Thunder Armads. Hector is a great support, and by running Speed Feint, we can support our team and make Thunder Armads better. Let me be clear here, the goal is not to have Hector double. Instead, we're using Speed Feint to deny enemy doubles and make our teammates better. With Speed Feint and a Speed Rally, Legendary Hector can avoid doubles from most Bold Fighter armors. The A skill for this build is Distant Counter, the B skill is Speed Feint, and the C skill is Ostia's Pulse. The special is Aether, the assist is a dual rally, and the Sacred Seal is QR. Overall, I think we can all see that Legendary Hector is a great unit. He's stable, powerful, and will be rerun on a consistent schedule. If you're someone free to play and you're looking for a legendary hero to invest in, I think Legendary Hector is the one to pick. Maybe the only downside to Legendary Hector is his nickname. It's just more fun to say Vector than Lector. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. You can find me on Twitter at DireThunderYT, so feel free to send me cool stuff or just drop by to say hello. As always, I hope to see you next time. Take care.